Check, 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 check. So, one came through an electric, and it said, "Well, thank you for applying to Mohegan Sun, and we're sorry about your first day in there during orientation. How they told you that the tribe is not accepting new members. They would have gotten a memo. They didn't get a memo for one reason or another. I don't need to know why they didn't get a memo. And they understood the playlist title was partially correct, and if I could sum up some percentage at the end or something similar. So this is how the story goes. Six generations back, if I count me as uh, one and work backwards, something. Okay, so there was Gunsmith Jones. That's what his name was changed in Ellis Isle, 1790. And he bought a parcel of land that he finally managed to voyage to and claim. The land he bought after Ellis Isle while he was in New York City after he earned money was in New London. And he finally lived there, and, New London, everything, county, city, considered it his by 1810. Now, he had a wife, obviously to make his kid Toole, and she was Mohegan 100%. It's 1810, Mohegan 100%. Her first name was Feather. You'd be surprised at what her last name is. Try not to laugh. It was Mohegan. Her middle name, I won't disclose. She could be Feather Gunny Mohegan. She could be Feather Jones Mohegan. Feather Jenny Mohegan. Something similar to that. So that carries down to Toole, who married Elsie, who wasn't Mohegan. She was Swedish or something similar, Finnish, Norwegian. They made Werner, who married Sarah. Again, Werner's from Gunny's wife, in some extent, who made Silva, who married a Linda, and Linda was Cherokee by 50%. He made my pa, who married my ma. That's where I get my 12.5% Mohegan from. Ma, from great grandfather John Hyde. Now, sixth generation back grandfather, or father sixth generation back, I'd have a 3.25% of me from her feather. Gunny's feather is in me 3.25. So plus 12.5, John Hyde is 15.75% Mohegan. Okay, so they like that. I'm not exactly sure why the percentages have to be so dot on and tip top spot specific. Well, I clearly have Mohegan bone structure in teeth and chest and wrists, double jointed wrists too, which is, and besides that, I lived with Gladys Tanaquidgeon from 1990 to 2006. She was my nanny. The last second section is what I was going to upload. Werewolf. Yep. I'm still pretty sure that and I know I called it, so it's more like a 15.75% werewolf. As far as in Dungeons and Dragons, the dungeon masters of old would look at this stuff meticulously, as the monster manuals, the DM books and everything are about 6 inches thick and stuff like that. It was a very West sort of deal, that was from the very other side of the planet sort of thing, and it caters to children. Pen and paper, die, maps, not computers, but then all your friends get around, and the DM directs you, tell a story, and you each give your own. Depending on you each give your own ideas to add to the story to create something. Creative minds together is like a story around a campfire, except it's a story around a pen and paper. Dungeons and Dragons, fantasy fiction, role playing, you know. But for character sheets, you can't add anything usually. And I mean, how I was brought up, you're supposed to base it on yourself, so that way the teammates, and they're all a team except for the DM, and then there's a separate table, and they're all DM administrative, DM assistants, and things like that. It's a very serious, very long, very prolonged, boring game that's somewhat spiritual somehow, and very helpful as far as coming up with brand new stories and brand new ideas and brand new movies and brand new films, sounds, discs, audios, anything similar. So I was really attempting for years and years and years to get it to get into Dungeons and Dragons somehow. And I guess I should have, immediately brought up, well, 25% human, Scottish Caucasian human, 25% from planet Earth, instead of anything that might be considered immediately related to the dragon, and you'll be the beast we all slay at the end of our adventure, suppose. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out and review in 2 2 2 2 1.